Okay. Okay. Hello. 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 Oh my goodness. So, I hope everyone had an amazing eclipse. Oh, sorry. There's Bo in his little sweater. Hello. You gonna go in your drawer? It's Bo. I hope you all had an amazing eclipse experience. I'm having a very weird eclipse experience. Um, I don't feel well. I haven't felt well since yesterday. I don't usually get headaches. It's pretty unusual for me to get a headache since pregnancy, which is decades back, thank goodness. And I started with a headache yesterday, and all day long feel very unsteady on my feet, and feel these like waves of dizzy that goes by. It started about 11 o'clock this morning with the dizzy, and it's still there. I checked the Eclipse before I came in, and it was just about done. You can still see just this little sliver out of the sun. And got my glasses. Can't see a thing without them. I mean, with them. But you have to have them to see the eclipse, which was super cool. These So, we talk a lot about the energy in the eclipse and how it's going to affect us in different ways. And it was really interesting because it feels like last time we had the eclipse in 2017, you could really see the difference in the light. You could really see the difference in the light turned this really shimmery, kind of freaky way, and the shadows on the ground were all crescent shaped. It was really, really cool. And this time, even though we had a little bit more totality, like we certainly didn't have all of it, we had about 58% where I live. And we had Happy Monday, Ellen, Happy Monday, Fatima, and Chris. Even though we had more in the totality, last time we had, it didn't have this effect. And so it's just really. So we're going to just muddle through a little bit here today, and we're probably not going to do individual readings today because I just feel really off. And I have to confess that for all the things that I know, I was not expecting this. But I also know that when we move a lot of energy, it can really change things in our bodies. And so it's important to be gentle with ourselves and to be mindful of what's going on, so that we can be safe. And we don't want to I didn't run this morning because I felt like this, and I didn't feel like it would be safe. It would be really easy to twist an ankle or take a fall. I'm not driving anywhere today, thankfully. So these kind of things, it's really important. And so I've been sitting in the energy. And I'm like, okay, I did all my clearing. I had done all my releasing beforehand. And if you read my newsletter that I put out yesterday, just to give some last tips for the eclipse, because remember, energy is not instantaneous, right? I started feeling like this yesterday, and I'll probably feel like this for the rest of the day, because energy comes in like a blend, right? If you've ever played with colored sand, those you get a glass and you get colored sand, and you can put all the different layers in the colored sand. If you're super careful, you can make the layers really pristine and clear. But boy, if you jiggle that glass just the littlest bit, you get all this kind of blending of color, which can also look super amazing. But you get this little blend of the colors and that's how the energy is. It's not like, we've talked about this all the time, where energy is not on or off, right? And it's not instantaneous. It comes in these waves. And so this is energy that is really extreme, right? We have this major extreme energy for the eclipse, for the new moon in Aries. We also have a solar flare system that had launched from the sun a few weeks ago, which it's, sounds like no big deal, but it really takes a few weeks to get to us, to really affect us, and to start affecting electronics and things like that. Plus we have Mercury retrograde, speaking of electronics. So there is a shit ton of energy that is just today. And it's really important that we are being open to what is coming our way. Who called you today? Who pops in your mind you feel like you need to reach out to? What things are on your to-do list that have been on there too long that you just really need to get taken care of? What is needling at you, right? We've seen that card before. Listen to the niggle, right? What is niggling at you today? Because if you've done your prep work and you've done all the clearing and releasing and all the things that no longer serve me, we have let go, we have moved forward. I have even retired from my position in my job, and taken a step down, a step backwards, to be able to be a little bit more released and clear, to be able to go forward in a new way. It's very exciting to let go of those things that we don't need to be worrying about, so that we can be so clean and clear and open to what is trying to come through, and to be able to ask, right, in this eclipse energy time. And it's not over just because the eclipse is over. Technically, the energy is going to be with us for several more hours, right? And probably even into the evening. So if you haven't made your, requests, it's okay. But but pay attention to what is coming in for you. Does somebody show up out of the blue? Does somebody email you, call you, pop up on your doorstep? Do you get a letter in the mail? Who pops into your head? Something that is just unexpected, going like, oh, where did that come from? Pay attention to these things, because it's all connected, right? There's nothing is accidental. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is, and I mentioned this in my newsletter yesterday, but I just thought it was so important. Imagine that today, in the eclipse energy, while we're in the eclipse energy, we're in the new moon energy. Imagine that today you were digging in your yard and you found a magic lamp and you cleaned it off and the genie popped out, right? Imagine. But this is no ordinary genie. This is the eclipse genie, right? And you have the opportunity to make these wishes with the genie, but you only have the time within the eclipse portal, right? While the eclipse energy is with us and we are being affected by this, we can make the 3 wishes. So we have to know, ahead of time, what would we wish for? So if you haven't put that into motion, right now is the time to do that, because so the genie says let's say we have about 3 more hours of eclipse energy. So you have 3 wishes that you can make. I mean, you can make as many wishes as you want, but you can only make them while we're in the eclipse energy. So really, we're going to be in new moon energy for another 24 to 48 hours. We're going to be in 48 hours. We're going to be in retrograde until the 25th of this month. But the amplification, turning that volume up of what is powerful and what is possible in the universe right now, that is only going to last for another couple hours. So if you haven't already taken the time to ask for what you want from the universe, to ask for what you want, this is it. Boy, this is it right now. And so for me, we have asked for continued financial abundance, for us to be able to continue to do the good work that we've been being able to do in the world. I am asking for a smooth path to through the creation and the creation of the book, the first book that I'm working on, and to have a smooth path towards the creation, so that it just continues to flow out of me onto the page and into an organized format that we can launch for everyone, and to have a smooth path for that to come into fruition in the best possible way. And then we've asked for continued health and abundance of the things that enrich our lives, is what we've asked for, is the abundance of things that enrich and bless our lives. That's health, that's friends and family, that's work that engages us, that's money, okay? These are the things that enrich our lives, right? And so these are my wishes, and these are the things that we have asked the universe, we have asked the solar eclipse genie for, these are the things. And so feel free to take and happily share, the things. If you're not working on a book, that's fine. But the one that encompasses, I feel like, so much of what we would want is the one that asks for the things that enrich our lives. So what is it that enriches your life? The things that enrich our lives: the meaningful work, the health, the connection with friends and family, making a positive impact on the world around you, being blessed with financial abundance and energetic abundance to be able to do those things. So these are the things that we have asked for. Hello, Belinda. Thank you. I hope you are well too, my friend. So, and it's wonderful to see, because we could see the things happening even just today as my phone was ringing and people were texting me about things, and it was just really wonderful to see the magic of the solar eclipse genie, if you will, already in motion today. Now, I'm looking forward to the genie leaving with all my love and gratitude of the solar eclipse benevolence, but I'm looking forward to that leaving, because this pressure in my head and in my neck and shoulders, I'm looking forward to that to going away, and this weird dizziness thing that I've got going on. So it came on pretty suddenly yesterday, so I know it's eclipse related, because I'm like doing a body scan going, what's going on? There's nothing going on. So I'm looking forward to that going away. All right, so having said that, I do want to do some hello. I do want to do some collective card readings, and I do want to ask for some animal. I do want to pull an animal card, because I don't know if anybody noticed. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Catherine. I don't know if anybody noticed that their animals were acting a little weird. My animals were acting a little bit weird today. My cat, who I usually have to try and chase her down to come in the house, was very ready and amenable to come into the house right around the time that the eclipse was starting. So she was like, something weird is going on out here. I gotta go. And so she came inside, which was really nice, and she was hanging out with us, which is great. And the dogs have been a little weird, and we've got 4 in the house right now because we're puppy sitting our friend Pluto, who is just right here on the floor next to me. I've got one over there and one in the drawer. You saw Bo before. So there's a little bit going on with the animals. So we're going to pull an animal card and see what's going on with the animals. What do we need to know about our animals? And then we're going to do just a collective card reading. I'm not going to do individual cards today, because I'm just not feeling very clear in my head to be able to give a good connection to individuals, but I can feel a good connection with the eclipse energy into spirit and the higher, just to be able to get into the collective. But we always want to make sure that we're tapping into your energy individually for those individual card readings. That takes a little bit different kind of energy. So what's interesting, oh my goodness, you know how much I just love to share information and then pull a card. It's great to pull a card and then talk about it, of course, but I love to just share some information and then pull a card about it, because the card is always reflective. I mean, it's just really amazing. I mean, in all the years I've been doing this, it just never, ever, ever, ever gets old. So this card that I pulled is the Ladybug card. And again, these are the Stephen Farmer Animal Spirit messages from the Animal Spirits. Spirit guides, and it's the Ladybug card. And not only do we love ladybugs, of course we do, and I will tell you, in the middle of the eclipse, I saw a couple of monarch butterflies out on our milkweed plants, which is really exciting. We don't usually see them in the afternoon, so that was interesting too. But the ladybug says this is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all good things in your life. I'm going to hold it up really close because I really want you to see the words. This is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all good things in your life. They are lucky. They're lucky here too. So be willing to receive all good things. Because here's the thing, is the universe can be like, hello, we're sending you blessings. Hello, we're trying to send you blessings. We've got ladybugs on Instagram. Just now a ladybug flew over your head inside your daughter's room. That's amazing. I'm telling you, it's like this is a thing. And so the ladybugs are absolute luck, they're abundance. And so this is the part where when you have a ladybug that flies over your head right now in your daughter's room, when we're talking about it, stop listening to me for a second. Stop listening to me and just say, okay, what was I just thinking about? Who was I just thinking about? What thought, what wish, what blessing, what direction was I thinking about? When you have those synchronicities like that, because I do not believe in coincidence, I never have. But when you, hi Rachel, when you have these coincidences, and please forgive me because I see Moms Get Real Coaching, but I need a first name, and I know I had it at one point, but I'm not having it, pulling it from my brain right now, so please forgive me for that. When we have these synchronicities, hi Janie, we have these synchronicities, is so important that we stop and we say, what is this? Thank you, Katya. I knew that. Sorry. When we have these synchronicities, it's so important that we take a second and we stop and we say, okay, what is that about? What is it the universe is trying to show me? What's coming up from my heart? What pops into my brain? What do I, like, my eyeballs fall on? What is it that is, what is going on? Because those moments of synchronicity, those moments of oh my God, I can't believe that just happened right this second. Those things mean something. They are not accidents, right? So when you have these moments of synchronicity where I pull a card and I talk about receiving our wishes, right? And here's the card that's talking about receiving our wishes. And Catherine's talking about ladybugs in Ireland. And Katya says a ladybug literally just flew over her head in her daughter's room. We want to stop and say, what is it that is the message that is like that this is trying to give to me particularly? Okay. And so we take that moment and we just take a breath and just take a second. What was I just thinking about when that happened? What was I just looking at? Who was I talking to? Who was I talking about? What pops in my head right this minute? What is it that is it, that the synchronicity is pointing to? Because the synchronicities are not frivolous. This is the other things. First of all, no such thing as coincidence. Second of all, the synchronicity that we think is we call coincidence is not frivolous. It's there for you to have the spirits to be able to go, hey, look over there, look, see that thing. So there's something that's in it, so it's not frivolous, okay? So the ladybug, again, this is a time of good fortune and abundance, right? We've been talking so much about that with the eclipse energy, that this is the manifestation, magnification on, like, turn that volume up to 25, right? Janie says my whole day was filled with this exact same thing yesterday. It was like my mind was opened up to receive data. That is so awesome, Janie, because that is you getting ready for this eclipse energy to make sure that you are paying attention to those downloads. They're giving this information to you for a reason. None of this is an accident. None of it is an accident. There is just no such thing. So hi Tracy. Okay, so we're gonna do the wisdom of the oracle cards. We're gonna pull a couple of cards. We are not doing individual card readings today. We are gonna do the collective card reading. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll see where we are. Okay, so what is it that, because remember, the eclipse may be over, but the eclipse energy is not over, right? Because we talked about how those colors get blended together. And so we have this energy that is here for us to work with. So if you didn't get your prep work done for the eclipse, it's okay, it's not too late. But making sure that we are paying attention to what is coming through for us. What are these synchronicities? What is going on for us? Because the universe is trying so hard to show us everything is okay. We are going in the right direction. We are moving forward. Even if it doesn't always feel like that, sometimes we have to go through the stuff to move things out of our way to create the who we are and how we are, so that we can become what we need to be to move ourselves forward and be ready for the next things. So, oh, Fleming Smith, you're a spammer and you're banned. Bye. We have no spammers here. Bye-bye. Spammers, bye-bye. Okay. Now, please also remember that we are doing a live mediumship event in Lake Mary. I know some of you are in many countries that are not the United States, but we're doing, if you are in Central Florida, we have a live event on Wednesday night in Lake Mary. You can see the information on that on my page. Also, if you're not following my blog on Medium, Medium, the writing platform, you can find me there. You can also please follow my YouTube channel. And so if you ever miss the replay, we always put these onto YouTube as well. So you'll always find these videos on YouTube. So if somebody's not following the page yet, you can send them a link to the YouTube videos. We always put the videos there as well. Okay, so we're going to do the the collective card readings. So, and I apologize if you came in a little bit late. I apologize. The eclipse energy is really wreaking havoc with my head and my neck and shoulders. I have this headache and this wave of, like, these little waves of dizziness that kind of come along. And I know it's connected to the eclipse, so we're just trying to muddle through it today. So we probably are not going to do the individual readings, and I do apologize for that. But we're going to go do the collective readings, and then we'll just see where we are. Okay. All right. So the first, it's so interesting. So the first card for this is for the collectives. What do we need to know about what's going on right now? And it's so interesting because I literally just said this. This is the building blocks card, but I literally just said this about how sometimes we have to go through stuff for things to get moved out of our way, or for us to be able to grow up, and I don't mean like, grow up like we're children. I mean like we need to grow grow the skills of, what we need, those experiences, so that we are ready to take on what we're here to take on. Oh, Belinda, you too, huh? The lavender and peppermint essential oil 50-50 blend mixed to, put it right up here. And back here has been helping. It's not 100%, but it's been helping. So I'm a huge fan of lavender and peppermint 50-50 mix in a roll-on, and you just put it up here. Don't put it close because your body heat will bring it down in your eyes. But put that oil up here and then like down through here. If you're having sinuses, you can also put just a dab on the tip of your nose. Okay, so lots of information today. So I literally was just talking about how we have to sometimes go through things. So even if we ask the universe, we ask the genie of the solar eclipse to help us to manifest these things, and then, then something goes like left turn. It doesn't go the way we thought or the way we wanted. And we're like, what is this? And so sometimes we have to have that so that we can grow up, we can grow our skills to be the person we need to be in order to get, have that ability that we'll need when we get to go where we're going. Okay. So I said to my son, so this is building blocks, and also this is card 28. So 2 and 8 is 10. So this is a completion. This is like we are getting equipped for the stuff that we're gathering up all the skills that we're going to need to be able to go forward. So this is a big part about, I said, what do we need to know about going forward from this eclipse time? When I was talking to my son today, and he was looking for a different job, and he's like, well, there's like a coordinator or lead or something like that, and he's like, I just don't know if I have those skills yet to be the lead, but I know that if I go in this direction, I'll get the skills. And it's the same thing. It's just that when we look at the skills being thrust upon us, we go, oh, why am I not doing this? We don't realize that these are the things that are getting us the skills that we need. So these are the building blocks. And so if you're coming to this eclipse moment and you're feeling like, I'm not where I want to be, it's okay. It's okay. Because this is really to remember that everything that is happening and everything that's going to come out of this eclipse, whether it's exactly what you asked for, or it feels like you're being, having to slog through the mud, and then it's what you asked for. It's because we're building that foundation that we need in order to become the people and have the qualities and the characteristics that we're going to need to be able to be the person who can embody the thing we asked for. Okay? All right. So what else do we need to know about manifesting and working through being able and ready to receive? This was the big word on the ladybug card, is to receive the abundance that is coming. This is be willing to receive all good things in your life. Be willing to receive all good things in your life was what the ladybug card said. So what else do we need to be able to do or know to be able to receive all those good things in our lives? And so this is go the distance. Now, thank you, Krista, for doing that. I really appreciate that. But this is upside down, and we've seen this card before with the jaguar or cheetah, and he's racing to the finish line. He's racing to that checkered flag, right? And so this is, let me try and get it. There you go. Okay, so this is card 47. So it's 11, right? 4 and 7 is 11, and so we add the 11. 1 and 1 together is 2. So this means we got to keep going. We got to keep going. But this card did come in upside down. So when it comes in upside down, it reminds us not to quit. So this tells us that it shouldn't surprise us when we ask the solar eclipse energy genie for these are the things I want to manifest. This is the magnificent manifestation portal that we're not going to get for another 22 years, 20 years, because I think the next big eclipse is 2044. So this is the moment, right? What are we asking the genie for? The eclipse energy genie. And when we have this first card of foundation, that we have these building blocks, and the next thing is that we get a stumbling block, right? We have all these building blocks, and the building blocks is to build that strong foundation, which means we don't quite have it yet, but we're almost there, because this card was a 10 card, right? 28, 2 and 8 ends up to be 10. So it says, okay, we're building that foundation. We're almost done building that foundation, but we've got to keep going. So this is go the distance, but again, it's upside down. And when this card is upside down, it is a huge reminder for us to keep going. Don't quit. Don't give up, right? Because look at this, I'm going to turn right side. Look at this poor cheetah. He is running through the Sahara Desert or something. It is so bleak and desolate, and the sun is shining, and it's beautiful. Clouds, that's Pluto, that's Bo. So we are, hi Karen. So we have this, if I was walking through that, we would be a little bit nervous that there's no civilization, there's no nothing out there. But the cheetah is going to keep going. And so this is reminding us that whatever it is, we can, because cheetahs have these amazing endurance. I mean, their endurance is incredible, and they can go just for miles, but also they have incredible spring into action, right? Trigger reflexes, right? They bob and weave. I can get in, and I can evade the conflict, and I can get around the obstacles and get over and under and power through, right? Chris, what is that we used to say? Over, under, and around any obstacle that comes my way. That's the cheetah going the distance. And so this reminds us to keep going. Don't quit. So if the first thing you've asked for in the magic of the eclipse time is not what you want, is not what you get, and you get something that's more like a slap in the head, don't go, oh, this is for the birds. Say, no, okay, this is preparing me. This is part of my building blocks, and I need to keep going. I need to not quit. Okay, and the last card is like, okay, so how do we wrap this all together? How do we take everything that we're learning and everything that we're manifesting, and we're going to move that forward? How are we going to do that? And this is the deep knowing. And as you saw, this card also came in upside down, right? This is the card of deep knowing. Now, this is card 43, which is really interesting because 4 and 3 is 7. And we just saw 47, right, which is 11. 4 and 7 is 11. And so 1 and 1 is 2. And so this is 2, but then this next card is 7, which means we're going in the right direction. Now, we had the 2 card, and now this is 43. So we have 2, 3, 4, okay? So this is card 43. This is the deep knowing. But look. Here on this card, here's the moon. Here's the moon, okay? And the owl, the wisdom of the owl, the knowledge, and this is the spirit of the universe. This is the spirit of the universe. See the face? The spirit of the universe. This is us, the potential, the connection to the universe, the power of the universe of manifestation. All, notice, in alignment, right? They're all in alignment. The moon, the wisdom, and the power of creation and manifestation. But this comes in upside down also. This reminds us to allow things to develop, okay? That all things are in alignment. They're in alignment. And if we are being antsy, or we're trying to manipulate, or trying to, I don't want to like to use that word manipulate, it's just about allowing. This is about the deep knowing of trusting that all things are in alignment. The moon, the wisdom, the manifestation, all the things are in alignment. This is what this card comes in, especially as upside down, is for us to remind us that everything is okay, and just relax and let things unfold, knowing that everything is in alignment. Okay, so this is amazing. This is, what an amazing card. progression of cards, because we have the ladybug, which we've all agreed is good luck in multiple countries, and that there are synchronicities that are not frivolous, right? When we have those synchronicities, they're trying to get us to see things, to be part of something, to notice what the universe is trying to show us. And the ladybug says to us right here, be willing to receive all the good things in our lives. Now, one more thing is not just about the receive part, but here's one more thing. All the good things in our life. It says, be willing to receive all good things. So that means me not feeling well today somehow is a good thing. It doesn't feel like a good thing right now, but it's still something good. There's some reason. There's some I need to slow down, or I need to maybe spend a little bit more time in meditation while the eclipse energy is still here. There's something, okay? So it doesn't feel really good right now, but everything happens for some sort of blessing, right? I don't like to say everything happens for a reason, because we have these horrible things that happen in the world. And we think, well, what was the reason for that? And I understand that we can't see the tapestry that they're creating, that, there has to be dark with light. But so I don't like to say, everything happens for a reason. It doesn't feel right to me. But I feel like that there's blessings in all the things. So even when awful things happen, it feels like there's still something that's a blessing in it. There's still something that could be a blessing in it. And so if we're willing to look at it, we're willing to receive, like, what is the blessing in my headache? I don't know. But that doesn't mean I won't know later, okay? Because our thing is that when we look at the deep knowing, we look at the things that might be happening right now that are difficult. We want to understand why it's happening right now. What is the meaning of this right now? And that's not how it works. So we will often find the meaning of these things later. Because what do they say? Hindsight's 20/20, right? So we'll have the meanings of this, we'll understand this stuff later, and that's okay. So somewhere down the road, 3 more steps down the road, and we'll be like, oh, and we look back and we're like, oh, now I understand how the headache connected to this thing, connected to that thing, to connect to this thing, to bring me to this wonderful place right now. But if I hadn't had the headache, I might have gone and done blah, 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 and then I wouldn't have had, like that, okay? So the ladybug reminds us not just to be willing to receive the blessings and all the good things in our lives, but to be willing to receive all good things. So even if the things that we feel like maybe are not feel like they're great right now, that I did something wrong, that there's something, there we are, that there's something, that there's blessing in it, even if it's not right now, okay? So remember that the ladybug is telling us to be willing to receive all good things. Even if it doesn't feel good now, it's going to have some blessing in it later. Okay, so then we were told about our foundation. We're building blocks, that we're getting ourselves ready. We are growing and evolving into the people that we need to become in order to be able to receive the things we've asked for during this time of manifestation, and that we are continue to go forward, whether the thing you get out of the manifestation of the eclipse energy is what you asked for, or some kind of thing that feels kind of, there's a reason for it that is going to help you to grow into the person who can receive what you have asked for. Sometimes we have asked, so you look at people who have won the lottery, all these statistics about people who won the lottery, and then like 5 years later, like they're right back where they started or worse, because they were not evolved to the person that they needed to be to manage that situation, to be somebody who could manage that kind of large money coming in very quickly. And so they just, mismanaged it, and they lost all the money, and then maybe now they're worse off than they were before. So a lot of people who won money with lotteries, big money, they'll talk to about later how it wasn't a blessing for them, because they were not yet evolved to be that person that could handle that level of abundance. And so this is where those building blocks come in, but it's also where this reminder of go the distance comes in, that we don't quit. We just allow these things to come and to help us to grow and be stronger, and to be more of the person and have the qualities that we need to have in order to be ready to receive all of the good things, right? And so then this last one was this reminder of the deep knowing. Hi, Yesenia. This reminder of the deep knowing that all the things are in alignment, right? The moon, the wisdom of the owl, and the power of the universe. It's all in alignment. Everything is working itself out. Everything is going in the right direction. Everything. Because if you look, the owl, he's looking forward. The owl is looking forward. The moon is full and the moon is bright and everything is in alignment. Okay? Everything is in alignment. Okay, so I see all of you asking for cards, and it breaks my heart to say no. I hate saying no, but that is about as much energy as I have about it today. And so I really want to give you all of the energy to the collective reading, so we have this amazing, collective reading for all of us, to bless all of us. I do not have the energy with the eclipses really messing me up today. With so much energy that's moving, I just don't have it to do the individual card readings. But I am going to pull one more card for everybody. And so I do apologize because I hate to say no, but I also know that this is something that's important that is going on for all of us. And so it's really important for us to be listening to our energy, listening to our body, and to make sure that we're utilizing this eclipse time as much as we can. So I'm going to pull one more card, and I'll ask you, please come back and join us next Monday, where I know I'm going to feel much better, and we'll do card readings for everybody. And then if you're local to me, on Wednesday night I'm going to be at the Lake Mary pub, and we're going to be doing mediumship event at that club, and I'm really at that pub and restaurant. I'm really excited to be back with the folks at Lake Mary. So if you're local to me, definitely scroll down and make sure that you check out the flyer with all the ticket information, and come and join us in Lake Mary. If you're not following me on Medium, where I share my thoughts in writing, please do. And if you are not following my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, please, I invite you to come there as well. Always to remember that after the Facebook Live is over, I will shut off all the comments, but I don't turn off the comments on Instagram or YouTube, because just with too many scammers and spammers, and I just really want to protect all of us from that kind of icky energy. So if you have some comments, please don't hesitate to either message me, or you can always make comments on my YouTube. The videos on YouTube, they'll be posted after we finish here. We'll turn off the Facebook comments, we'll put the video on YouTube, and then the video also is on Instagram as well. So again, I apologize for not being able to do everybody's individual cards, because I do love doing that, but we will be do that again next week. And so this is I mean, you just literally can't make it up. I mean, you just can't. So the card says time for a nap. The card says time for a nap. And this is why it's so important to listen to our bodies, to take care of that. If you have the ability to just take it easy today, for those of you who are experiencing, I know some of you said you're experiencing some of the same things that I'm having today, to just take it easy, right? You are so welcome, Katya. This is time for a nap. This is 24, 2 and 4 is 6. So we've seen the spiral progression of the numbers, right? 2, 3, 4. We skipped 5 into 6 and into 7. So we're seeing all these numbers that are telling us we're going in the right direction. But not only do we need to keep going, but at the same time, we have to put self-care as a priority while we're doing it. Okay, so I'm going to leave you all with that. I want to say thank you so much for being here, for being part of our community of light, for taking the time to hang out with me a little bit today. I'm sorry that we can't do more, but next week will be great, and I look forward to being back with you again. And thanks so much for tuning in. I know we've got a lot of pulls on our time, especially on a Monday, but I hope you had a great eclipse experience. And if you need a little lavender and peppermint oil, drink a lot of water. Definitely drink a lot of water, and take some time to make sure you just sit down and rest, because it can be a lot. So thanks so much for tuning in, and as always, always know how so very much you are loved. You are loved by me, by the universe. I promise you, you are loved. Have a beautiful rest of the day. I'll see you next Monday. Mwah!